Hey guys, LevelCap here, and today in gaming, a report slammed Star Citizen's developers with serious accusations, a leaked Call of Duty screenshot hit the internet, Crysis Remastered got a big update, and much more. Kotaku published a report claiming Star Citizen's developer Cloud Imperium Games forced employees at their Austin, Texas studio to work or use their paid time off during the winter storm disaster last month. The storm knocked out power for over 4.5 million Texans. The outages lasted for several days and led to nearly $200 billion in property damage. Kotaku says they spoke to 6 Cloud Imperium Games employees in Texas who say the company offered basically no support or understanding during the crisis. Miscommunication apparently led to Cloud Imperium Games' international offices not grasping the full gravity of the situation in Texas. This supposedly led to employees at Texas offices being told to drive to work if roads were clear. Meanwhile, these employees were fighting freezing temperatures with no power or water at home. However, Kotaku's article might not be painting a perfectly accurate picture. Replies to Kotaku's tweet for the article from other CIG employees directly contradict the report. CIG's community director, who works at the Texas office, responded directly to the article, saying no one on his team had to use paid time off. According to him, CIG told everyone to clock in like they were working so that they would get paid during the disaster without having to use paid time off or actually work. He goes so far as to call the article an outright lie. And while Kotaku might be right about some initial confusion at the start of the disaster, it seems pretty clear that first-hand accounts from CIG employees directly contradict the overall story. A screenshot of a new map for Call of Duty Cold War started doing the rounds yesterday. Other data miners and leakers say it's legitimate. It shows the zoo map from Black Ops 1 remade for Cold War's Fireteam mode. The leaks surrounding this image also say Cold War's Fireteam maps will be combined and replace Warzone's map with the Season 3 update. Right now, the zombie outbreak in Warzone has started spreading to new areas, but there haven't been any significant changes or updates to the layout of the map. The PlayStation 5 is officially the fastest selling console in the US history by revenue. It's second in actual number of physical units sold behind the Nintendo Switch. That's pretty impressive considering the Switch had the benefit of launching years before a global pandemic caused widespread supply shortages. The fire that destroyed Rust servers in France earlier this week might have been caused by a faulty UPS, which is basically a battery backup power supply. European hosting provider OVH owns the data center. The fire burned an entire building to the ground and damaged others. One of the data center's UPS units had undergone extensive maintenance earlier in that day and is now the prime suspect for the source of the blaze. OVH is reviewing footage from their 300 cameras at the data center to pinpoint the cause of the fire. As for Rust, at least 30 servers were lost in the fire, but they were replaced within 11 hours by servers at a new location. Unfortunately, all the data on the original servers was lost, wiping all players' progress stored on them. Their backup plans did include contingencies for fires, but nothing on this scale. The latest dev blog for Halo Infinite has some good news and some bad news. The bad news is dual wielding and playable elites aren't happening. The good news is you'll be able to kick enemies off the Halo ring into space. Infinite is doubling down on the franchise's sandbox gameplay mechanics. Its world is semi-open and features a day-night cycle. A lot of the new stuff coming to the game, like Grapple Hook, is designed to give players more creativity and freedom in both single-player and multiplayer. Crysis Remastered just got an update that adds Nvidia DLSS AI upscaling tech. While the remaster is a CPU-bound game like the original was, DLSS should offer a significant performance boost to players with lower-end GPUs. As for the visual quality of the DLSS implementation, it's using the 2.0 version of Nvidia's tech and looks great in pretty much every situation. That's no small feat considering how dense the foliage is in Crysis. The developers have also promised a big update is in the works for console players. They'll be revealing that update in a week or two. Metro 2033 is currently free to own on Steam as part of a franchise sale. You can get the latest game Metro Exodus for 66% off. That's a pretty sweet deal considering Exodus is getting a massive free update in a couple of months that adds full ray tracing support. The game was originally launched with a handful of RTX features. While it's very impressive looking, this update will replace the game's entire lighting system with ray tracing. If you don't have a ray tracing capable GPU, you won't be able to play it, but the game is just fantastic in general, so either way you're getting excellent value for just $14. AMD have a BIOS fix in the works that will solve USB problems on newer generation Ryzen CPUs. Users have been reporting issues like drop connections, crackling audio, and more for the past few weeks on social media. The update will fix all of those problems and will start rolling out in April as motherboard manufacturers release updates for their boards. EA might be porting a Madden game to Nintendo Switch. A Madden-related job listing on EA's website specifically asked for people with 2+ years of experience working on Switch games. There hasn't been a Madden game on a Nintendo console since 2012's Madden 13 for the Wii. What makes the job listing stand out is that similar listings haven't explicitly asked for devs with Switch experience. Techland will release an update about Dying Light 2 next week. The studio was recently the subject of a damning article by The Gamer. It alleges upper management ignores what's best for the game to chase pipe dreams or unrealistic goals. It also accused the studio of copycatting features from other popular titles instead of relying on innovation brought to the project by its developers. Techland hasn't released an official statement in response to the article, but their CEO was quoted in the article refuting the claims. Tactical FPS Due Process just got a surprise update that adds first-person spectating. Until now, dead players have been stuck spectating the match from the tactical map. While that's great for helping your teammates navigate the map, it can also make for a pretty dull experience. The first-person spectator mode will probably be a little buggy at first. The developers are requesting feedback to improve the feature in future updates. Ubisoft's latest open-world adventure game, Immortals: Phoenix Rising, is getting its second DLC on the 25th. Myth of the Eastern Realm will add new locations, characters, storylines, and more inspired by Chinese mythology. A new quest is currently available that serves as a prelude to the expansion. Myth of the Eastern Realm is included in the game's Season Pass or through a Ubisoft Plus subscription. Crash Bandicoot 4 is coming to PC on the 26th. It originally launched in October last year for consoles and is getting a next-gen upgrade alongside a PC release this month. The next-gen console upgrade will offer 4K 60fps gameplay. PC should offer similar features, but no details were announced. Before we get to our final story today, I just wanted to say Happy Friday, everyone. That's it, no subscription plug or anything. I hope you're having a great day and get to play some great games this weekend. The demo for co-op looter shooter Outriders will let players turn motion blur off with its next update. This setting is currently locked on all platforms, which can be very frustrating for players that don't like it. The setting will be available on all platforms. The update will also fix some minor bugs, specifically on PC. And that wraps it up for today in gaming. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap signing off.